Good evening. Tonight we focus on the battle at the top of the second division. Who gets the third promotion spot behind Queen's Park Rangers and Wolves? Will it be Fulham, who today were at home to Carlisle? Will it be Leicester, who today visited Oldham? We feature both those games tonight. And in the first division, the match that would help decide whether Birmingham will stay in the first division. Indeed, whether Spurs can force their way into Europe.
Brighton, the FA Cup finalists, are relegated with Swansea City. Luton are once again in the bottom three. We'll join in Portsmouth celebrations at Fratton Park as Pompey return to the second division along with Cardiff and Huddersfield. And another Charlie Nicholas goal from Scotland as the Premier Division there heads for a dramatic finale.
And this week, your chance to vote in our Golden Goals competition. Your chance indeed to see England play Scotland at Wembley and stay at a top London hotel. But first, Fulham against Carlisle. And before we go to it, I think we ought just to refresh our memories of the situation going into this game. QPR and Wolves, already promoted, of course. Leicester with a much better goal difference. And Fulham, for the first time since early November, out of the top three. That's because they've lost their last 3 games. So it's vital at Craven Cottage that they improve on that today. And what a difficult pitch for such an important game. Torrential rain at lunchtime and ground staff working right up to the kickoff to get it ready. And in spite of losing those 3 games against Leicester, Sheffield Wednesday and QPR, manager Malcolm McDonald chooses an unchanged Fulham side for this crucial match on a day when that losing sequence has got to be put behind them. And it won't necessarily be that easy against a Carlisle side that is still not clear of the relegation issue, but can proudly say that only 3 sides in the second division have scored more goals this season. So men like Pop Robson and Keith Robson, both well known to London fans, both on loan to Carlisle, could well cause a few problems now, along with the former Watford striker Malcolm Poskett. The referee is Martin Bodenham of Brighton, and Malcolm McDonald knows better than anybody, of course, the importance of today's game.
In a few seconds, the team will be playing what is probably the most important game in the post-war history of Fulham Football Club. We must win, the chips are down. Nothing less than 3 points will do for Fulham Football Club this afternoon.
So Malcolm McDonald has laid it on the line as Carlisle kick off attacking the goal to our left in an all-yellow strip. Fulham in the black shorts. Fulham having lost their last 3, and Carlisle having won only one of their last 5, and technically they still need at least a point to be feeling secure of second division football next season. Brown, a battle there with Poskett. Now Hopkins. It'll be a real slog on this pitch after so much rain today. 10 there, Russell Coughlin getting it away to Alan Shoulder. Parker, it's become almost a fixture at Carlisle. Shoulder and Locke. Nice little touch there by Coney. And a throw to Fulham, which Kevin Locke will take. Leaving the throw again to Locke. Now Coney. A little break here by Houghton. A little chip in there towards Davis. That could have been the perfect start for Fulham. It was a lovely little break by Ray Houghton, and the cross was perfect. Davis got there first. The keeper was plunging, but the ball was just wide. Haig. With Driscoll, and back to goalkeeper Jerry Cook. Coney flicking it on well. Can Davis get in? And there was a foul by Fulham in the first place, although Gordon Davis went tumbling to the ground and is complaining there to the referee. There's no doubt there was an infringement in the first place, which gives the free kick to Carlisle. Shoulder charge, he says, but the referee saw it otherwise. Haig with the free kick. And that came off Kevin Locke. It'll be a corner for Carlisle. Already taken. Coughlin. It's not a bad cross. Robson with a header. And Fulham very nearly caught out. A big inquest in that Fulham defence just at this moment, as the ball was allowed to go across there. And Robson, who's scored goals wherever he's gone, very nearly got one there. Robson back to McCartney. And Coughlin, a little chip and a keeper's ball. Davis. Now into the side netting as the roar of yes went up around Craven Cottage. They thought for that one moment it was in the back of the Carlisle net. This is very soft and at his best, Gordon Davis, but he was wide, and it's a goal kick. It's quick and incisive and keeps his nerve when others are chasing him, but on that occasion he was just that foot or so away. And it's away for the corner. So we've had a half an hour. We're still looking for the first goal. Coughlin with the corner for Carlisle. Nodded on by Keith Robson. Coney getting his height and heading power and putting it to good advantage and finding Sean O'Driscoll. Davis away on the left touchline. Locke backing up for Fulham. And can Davis get hold of this one? No, but he can force Haig into giving away the corner. So again, the Fulham skipper, Roger Brown, goes forwards. Tony Gale again has gone forward. They've left just Houghton and Lewington back, who have many qualities, but a lack of height is not the best thing for this particular situation. Roger Brown up, Swinburne fisting away, and a good save, and a goal given. He must have just carried it over the line, and Robert Wilson has given Fulham rather bizarre, but nonetheless very important one-goal lead. Bobbing about there under a lot of pressure, and he pushes it out. Wilson with the shot, and the keeper just carrying it over the line. And I have to say, there wasn't a moment's hesitation on the part of the referee and linesman. The linesman flagged straight away a goal, and the referee agreed, and Fulham are in the lead. Lewington chasing it, the ball coming off the Carlisle player Mike McCartney, and so it's back with Jerry Clayton. Good backward header by O'Driscoll. A missed kick by Rushbury. A nice bit of control by Gordon Davis. And a good save by Trevor Swinburne. Fell very pleasantly there for the Welsh number 7. And Swinburne down well. Robson. And now Gale. Ray Houghton. Hopkins. Nice touch there for Houghton. And cleared by Haig. Coney. Played nicely for Houghton and picked up well by him. And back again towards Lewington, and through just wide of the Carlisle goal.
But suddenly a little dart there in which Houghton was so deeply involved very nearly opened up the way for goal number 2. Pulled back well. Houghton didn't quite get the full contact he required. Now O'Driscoll. Not a bad crosser of a ball if he can just snake to that byline and, well, there we are. That's kiss of death time, if you like. So it's Swinburne with the goal kick for Carlisle. We're into time added on. So far, so good for Fulham. And for manager Malcolm McDonald with a goal by Robert Wilson. A strange one that Trevor Swinburne seemed to carry over the line, providing Fulham with a 1-goal lead at half-time. So Fulham get the second half underway. They now attack the goal to our left. Remember, they're in the black shorts, leading by a 1-0. And this, incidentally, is the last game to be played on this particular pitch. Will be ripped up. In fact, they start work on it almost immediately after tonight's game, and then a new cell system. It will still be a natural surface, but with the roots very much deeper than is normal. Robson. Lewington. Hopkins. And O'Driscoll making the break. That's not a bad cross, except that Rushbury is there. Not the best of clearances by him either, so O'Driscoll might get another chance. Hopkins. Chipping this time towards Coney. And the touch by him. And a lovely goal there. The second of the game by Wilson. And the second of the game for Fulham. Something like since October, since Dean Coney has scored, but he made a lovely little opening there for Wilson, and all credit to him for that, and it was beautifully finished off by the Fulham number 8, 2-0. So within a minute at the start of the second half, Fulham give themselves the breathing space they required. Well, the first goal was a curious one. The second one was beautifully set up and well executed. That looked as though it had to be, I would have thought, a Carlisle throw. It seemed to me to nick off a Fulham player right at the last, but no, and it's time for a cigar and maybe a little bit of a celebration on the day. And Locke for the home team. Kevin Locke. Good header away by Brian Robson. Gordon Davis hitting it back again, and Robson in danger of doing something that he shouldn't there. And the referee spotting, though, that that had just clipped off his knee and has provided Fulham with a corner. And Brown being watched once more by Keith Houghton as Locke takes the corner for Fulham. And Houghton it was who got the header in, but Locke with a chance of another cross. And this time Wilson was there, just foiled by the fist of Swinburne, but the whistle had gone. And in fact, the keeper must have connected with Wilson. Well, he's on a hat-trick. And he was prepared to get his lock knocked off, I think, to try and achieve it then. But it's a free kick to Carlisle. Poskett. Locke. Back fall for Davis. Oh, what a nice ball there. Locke had continued his run well. And his old West Ham chum, Brian Robson, had tracked right back there with him. And Davis is down and injured. It was a lovely little run by Davis. The ball played beautifully by him through for Locke. Here's Davis. See how he got injured here as well. There. It's Haig who went in on him. And Robson did a good saving job for Carlisle. Well, Davis looking a bit unsteady there. They might even feel that it'd be worth a gamble pulling him off. They have a really crucial game next Saturday at Derby. And they would certainly want him fit for that. But he's going to hobble on as Fulham now get this corner, which Ray Houghton will take. Flick on there, and a good flick on too. And believe it or not, it was Davis who got his head to it. So, in time-honoured fashion, trying to run off his pain. Robson. Lewington. Bounce almost caught Haygarth, but here's Houghton. Again, Keith Robson, this time getting it back to Alan's shoulder very accurately. McCartney again. And Lewington getting above Brian Robson. McCartney returning it once more towards Poskett. And lock away. A little bit of pressure really by Carlisle, but once again without the finishing burst to cause any embarrassment to Fulham. And really they've shown little in attacking enterprise this afternoon, but maybe Poskett can do something about it now. No, the ball falling for Locke. Back it goes to Payton, and Fulham have a player injured. It's the man who scored the 2 Fulham goals, Robert Wilson. So here's how it happened. Wilson making the clearance as the boot from Coughlin went in. I think genuinely going for the ball, both of them. And Davis hobbling a little bit. So if Malcolm McDonald is going to make a substitution, the dilemma he's got is it for Wilson or would it be for Davis? Quite a little nick there he got from that clash with Paul Haig. Davis. And Carlisle have brought their substitute Tommy Craig on, and it's Bobby Parker, the number 4, who's gone off. And Wilson's okay now. Lewington. Coney. Wilson. Lewington. Onto the left foot, perhaps. Hit it straight at Craig. At Haig. He might get another chance. And a nice little ball played for Houghton. A touch for Coney. And a good piece of defence by Rushbury. Keith Robson coming back and then giving the ball straight to Ray Houghton as he fell off balance. Past Tommy Craig. Still with Houghton. A deep across this time to Wilson on the far side. Davis there too, just kept in. Driscoll supporting Davis. Gale. Coney. Hopkins. And still Fulham can keep it up. O'Driscoll now to Gordon Davis. All through the legs of Brian Robson, and then obstructed a free kick, an indirect one to Fulham. I think he probably enjoyed that. Putting the ball between the legs of Brian Robson. Tony Gale then with the free kick. Just be the chance for Fulham to put the finishing touch to this game here. Played in there towards big centre-back, but Roger Brown couldn't get the touch, and Carlisle get it away. But here's Lewington. Gale. Didn't control it. Craig towards Brian Robson, gave him no chance. O'Driscoll. O'Driscoll again. Oh, what a good turn. But the cross again slightly let him down and gave Craig the chance to bring it away for Carlisle. It's straight at Lewington, and now Houghton with Wilson waiting in the middle and Davis coming up fast. On the far side, Gordon Davis with the header just over the top. Well, the crowd of 10,045 here at Craven Cottage have gone a little bit quiet over the last few minutes. Suddenly bursting to life there. Good run by Houghton, the header by Davis, just clearing the bar. Craig. And Locke getting it away. Houghton on the break. As the final whistle goes, 3 very important points for Fulham. Just how important we shall only know when we know what Leicester have done and what happens next Saturday as well. Robert Wilson with both the goals as the crowd come onto the pitch, and Fulham in fact return the applause of their own fans. And a final score then here at Craven Cottage. It's Fulham 2, Carlisle.
The match that Malcolm MacDonald said they had to win, well, Fulham duly won it. But that's just a part of the second division promotion race that we bring you tonight, because now we move straight on to Leicester City's match away to Oldham. Leicester having forced their way to the threshold of the first division with an unbeaten run that stretched to 13 games coming to this one. Our commentator at Oldham is Martin Tyler.
Here come Leicester City in their quest for a promotion passport into the first division. It could almost be a home match for them. More than 5,000 here from the East Midlands, hoping to inspire Leicester to a victory that could mean so much. But Leicester are without 26-goal Gary Lineker and Steve Lynex, who gives the side important width. And further misfortune this morning for them, Ian Wilson, so impressive in midfield recently, hasn't been able to fight off a chest infection. So what circumstances for Robert Jones to play his first senior game? An 18-year-old released by Manchester City a year ago. And for Oldham's Alex Jones, it's the first home game. He's a central defender, also 18, and the son of George Jones, who was a prolific goal scorer, notably for Bury, and who also played for Oldham. The present top scorer, Roger Wilde, passed the test just before the kick-off on a calf strain. Left-back John Ryan won an England under-21 cap 10 days ago. And Andy Gorham, just 19 and Oldham's player of the season, has been the substitute goalkeeper in the last 2 under-21 internationals. Referee is Mike Peck from Kendal. And we had a thunderstorm here just before the kick-off, and there promises to be plenty of electricity down on the pitch as well. Oldham defending the goal to the right in the first half. Leicester today in a change strip of all red. Good touch from Alan Smith for Robert Jones. This is English. Thwarted by the post. There was a good contribution here from Robert Jones to set up English, but the drive came out of the post. Daly with the throw. Alan Smith, the second header, found English. The corner, which Ryan protests. It's not really getting the distance. Robert Jones. It was deflected. He leapt into the air in anticipation, thinking that he might have scored what would have been a highly dramatic goal. And it was fingertipped over by Gorham. Only half an hour a Football League player. Peak's corner again, this time from the left. Daly flips it back in again, and McDonald wanted it earlier and was angry because both McDonald and English had gone offside. McDonough. Well, for sheer enterprise and cheek, you can hardly see anything more inventive. He has a smile with Mark Wellington. Well, from fully 40 yards here, hoping to catch Wellington off his line, and it dipped as Wellington was scrambling back. And just passed over. Ryan, good settling for an easy pass. He has to in the end. Alex Jones. Struggle between O'Neill and Wilde. A touch from Alex Jones. Ryan getting away from Daly. And being urged to go further forward, John Ryan. McDonough trying to set up initially Henry and then Wilde. And Ramsey ran it behind for the corner. Promising Oldham attack for some little while. They have a corner with 5 minutes of the half remaining. And here's Palmer. Can he keep it down? Well, it was hit low across the face of the goal. Wilde found it coming to him quickly. And too quickly to turn in. Flashed in the shot come cross. Hit it certainly into the area that was most likely to be profitable for Oldham. McDonald. Now, Robert Jones. Scores! 3 minutes before half-time. In his first half of league football, Robert Jones gives thoughts of First Division football to those that have come here from Leicester. It was a perceptive pass from McDonald that sent him clear, and he kept his head and put it under Gorham, and well may he smile. Bobby Smith. English was pushed in the back, but in fact was backing in to Alex Jones. Found the free kick going against him. And Leicester go forward again, though, with Daly and English. And Alan Smith. It could have been 2-0, but for Gorham. Oldham had given the ball away stupidly at the free kick. And Leicester were quick to pounce. Smith initially involved, then Daly. It was English then who clipped it in. Alan Smith made it firmly. Hooligan, who of course is more suited to the central defensive role. And he's got to play in the second half, and English almost got beyond Clements, who was complaining that his shirt was pulled. Clements. Space for Alan Smith. English in the middle, and Ramsey has got forward again well. Paul Ramsey, 2-0. Leicester sliced away through. In the 9th minute of the second half. And Smith with the pass and Ramsey with the run. Both contributions beautifully timed. May, an injudicious back header. McDonough. The action tells the story, really. It was a clear shooting chance. It came because of a mistake here by Larry May. And Wilde was in there making a nuisance of himself. McDonough, with the whole goal to aim at, hit the bar. Here's Ryan, waiting for Hudson again to make a useful decoy run. This time Ryan couldn't use it to any effect. Gets it back though from Hudson. A good angle for the cross this time. Does produce a corner. And Leicester pull everyone back. Atkinson's corner. O'Neill winning the challenge of the two number 6s against Hooligan. McDonough. And now Henry and Palmer. Oldham have one back, and Leicester must worry again. It was the deep cross from Atkinson that unsettled Leicester because McDonough got free, steered the header back, Henry helped it on, and Palmer finished. Roger Palmer, regarded here as the most consistent player this season. It's his 15th goal. English, and it's McDonald. Good handling from Gorham. The shot was on target. Oldham look to break forward. Here's Palmer. And Donna and Palmer in the end confusing each other. There's a probing cross come through pass from Kenny Clements. Hooligan. Free kick has been given. Hooligan must try again. Certainly Oldham haven't lacked the effort in the second half. They have made Leicester work all the way. But that road is nearly completed for them now. To the second minute of stoppage time. And here's Wilde. Atkinson. Palmer checking out. Henry. Will it come for Wilde? Sinclair in there as well. And Palmer. And Leicester's hopes going up and down like a yo-yo, and indeed as the ball itself was bouncing around the penalty spot. But the whistle goes, and Leicester City have won a notable victory. And their supporters and the players celebrate, knowing that whatever has happened at Fulham or at Newcastle, a win next Saturday at home to Burnley will bring First Division football back to Filbert Street. Paul Ramsey's first ever league goal. The two scorers there, Robert Jones scoring two in his first league game. What unlikely heroes, really, but heroes they are for Leicester City. 14 games unbeaten now. Not at full strength here either. But Leicester have rewarded the thousands who have come here from the East Midlands. It's Oldham 1, Leicester City 2.
Quick move up the First Division for Birmingham City against Tottenham. Both sides really have stirred themselves a bit over the past few weeks. Birmingham struggling to get clear of relegation, 3 wins and a draw in their last 4 games. Against Spurs in line for Europe after 1 defeat in their last 10 games. Our commentator at Birmingham is Peter Brackley, and Spurs are in the white shirts.
Harford into Hopkins. Phillips decides it's time to run perfectly. He's onside. Can he finish? Also can. 1-0 to Birmingham. Oh, just the start they wanted. 16 minutes gone and Birmingham are in front. A perfectly worked move. And decides, timing the run. The ball across the area, and Halsall coming in with his first goal for Birmingham. Newton with Hopkins. A Birmingham free kick. Quite a tussle between these two. Newton felt he'd got the worst of that one. The referee has favoured Hopkins. Phillips with the free kick. Blake's made his way into the area. So is Harford knocking it down. Blake, chance surely! How did he miss? An unbelievable miss by Noel Blake, who might just have put the game beyond Tottenham's reach. One in the air, Phillips with the free kick. One in the air by Harford. It fell for Blake, and somehow he turned it over the top. Gibson given no sharp chance to show his pace by Mark Dennis, who's played him extremely well. O'Reilly, all space there now. Archibald. Coton had just covered the angle, but he's angry with his defenders, who gave far too much room initially to Galvin, who knocked the ball into the path of Archibald. Coton watched it hit the side netting. Blake whacking it upfield rather aimlessly. He had plenty of time then, Noel Blake. This is Hoddle. Always looks so graceful on the ball. And what a pass that was to Brazil, who's been given more space than Birmingham would have liked, I'm sure. Well saved in the end by Coton. You can't allow Alan Brazil that sort of room with his finishing power. Dennis, Harford offside. It's Byron Stevenson who wants treatment. The referee insisting that play should go on. Stevenson could be struggling. This is Archibald. Brazil's in the middle. A goal kick. But the Birmingham defence are living rather dangerously. Break there for Archibald, turned across, in went Brazil, and a goal kick. Hoddle. Archibald in then for Galvin. Shot from Archibald. So close. Steve Archibald lost his scoring touch really in mid-season, but he's got 1 or 2 useful ones recently. He got them both against Liverpool. And that was not far away. Playing it alone. Kept in play too. Harford's jump. Down in for Handysides. Harford's continued his run. Waiting in the area. If Handysides can get the cross in. Up goes Harford. And it's gone in. I think off the goalkeeper. Dejection among the Tottenham players. And it was Harford who started the move, and Harford who finished it off. And decides with the cross. Harford had made his way to the far post, and it seemed to go in off Ray Clements. So the man who got so many vital goals towards the end of last season has got another one today. It's 2-0 to Birmingham. Now Brazil. The linesman was flagging. Referee waving play on. This is Brazil. For Falco. A very intelligent ball played then by Alan Brazil. Unselfishly knocking it across the goal and wasted by Falco.
So that was it, 2-0 to Birmingham, who remarkably until this week have never been out of the bottom three all season. But now Birmingham with a real chance of escaping, unlike both Brighton and Swansea, who are relegated. Brighton, the FA Cup finalists, lost 1-0 at home to Manchester City, Kevin Reeves with a late goal. Swansea went down 2-1 at Old Trafford. But just take a look at Luton. They're back in real trouble again after a 5-1 home defeat by Everton. And Luton's last two games, they're both away from home and both in Manchester, against United on Monday night and City at Main Road on Saturday. So the problem's really piling up for David Pleat. He could also be without Brian Steen, David Moss and Kirk Stevens on Monday. But tonight, Pleat says, we're not dead yet. We've still got 180 minutes of football to save ourselves, and our away record isn't bad. At the top of the table, Liverpool collected the Championship trophy at Anfield, where Bob Paisley carried it on an emotional lap of honour on his last home match in charge. It was Paisley's 6th Championship win since he took over from Bill Shankly in 1974. But his team really didn't do him justice. They didn't produce a winning farewell. In fact, it needed a late equaliser from Craig Johnston to avoid Liverpool's 5th successive league defeat and rescue a 1-1 draw with Aston Villa. Well, despite that defeat we've seen at Birmingham, Spurs, with home games next week against Manchester United and then finishing up with Stoke, Spurs still have a good chance of a European place. And West Ham, who beat Notts County by 2-0 at Upton Park, Francois van der Elst and Goddard, the scorers, West Ham still in with a European chance. But if you think that's a pretty competitive battle, well, really it's nothing compared to the scramble at the bottom of the second division, where 10 clubs are still involved and nothing has been decided yet. But tonight, at least, I suppose there still isn't a London club in the bottom three. Chelsea did their survival hopes a power of good at Bolton, where Clive Walker got the only goal of the match in the second half. Crystal Palace picked a good time to score 4 goals for the first time all season. Kevin Mabbutt was on target twice as Crystal Palace beat Derby by 4-1. And completing a pretty good day for London's second division clubs, Charlton managed a goalless draw at Barnsley. But all 3 promotion places from the third division were filled this afternoon. And up go Huddersfield, Cardiff City and Portsmouth. And Portsmouth attracted a crowd of nearly 18,000 to Fratton Park, and Bobby Campbell's men gave them all a memorable afternoon. Portsmouth beat Southend by 2-0, and the scenes that followed, well, they might remind some of you of the great days when Portsmouth were the champions some 30 years ago.
The whistle, and here comes the stampede. At Fratton Park, the glory days are back. After 7 years, Portsmouth are heading once again for the second division.
Yes, great scenes there, and excellent to see a good club like Portsmouth on the way back up again. Well, they've still got everything to play for on the last day of the season up in Scotland as well, and there are 3 clubs, Dundee United, Celtic and Aberdeen, still battling it out for the title. Aberdeen had a day off today because of Wednesday's Cup Winners' Cup final against Real Madrid, but Celtic had to beat Morton to stay in touch with Dundee United. Celtic, of course, are in their hoops, and your commentator, Jock Brown.
Beautifully played. Husky's onside. There's Roy Aiken. Absolutely brilliant from Celtic. Nicholas to McStay. Now McGarvey. Husky's waiting around the penalty spot area. Taking on Davy Hayes and a clear-cut penalty kick. Referee Bob Tuttle, and no doubt whatsoever. So it's Nicholas against Kyle. 2-0 to Celtic.
2-0 to Celtic, and goal number 49 of the season for Charlie Nicholas. But what a battle for that title, because if United beat their deadly rivals Dundee, who play in the same Tannadice Street, Dundee United will be champions of Scotland for the very first time. Celtic, they meet Rangers in their last match, and after Real Madrid on Wednesday, Aberdeen finish up against Hibernian at Pittodrie. Finally, we have one result from the 4th Division tonight, where Chester beat Torquay by 1-0 at Plainmoor. Brian.
And just before we move on, Jim, mention of a well-deserved testimonial for Watford's long-serving striker Ross Jenkins. 11 years at the club, over 300 league appearances and plenty of goals too from Ross. In all 4 divisions, it's Watford against Luton. It's at Vicarage Road, Watford, on Tuesday night, kick-off 7:45. Smiling faces all around amongst the Fulham and Leicester players as they kept on course today. But who, I wonder, is going to have the last laugh when the final battles are fought out next Saturday afternoon? From all of us on the big match, it's good night.
Hopkins. Chip in this time towards Coney. And the touch by him. And a lovely goal there. The second of the game by Wilson.
McDonald. Now, Robert Jones scores!